What is up, guys? So today we have 15 of the most popular chest exercises, and we're going to be ranking them from goated all the way down to pointless. No exercise completely pointless, however, you know, there's some that's just like you could save your time doing other things, you know what I mean? So the tier system goes, we've got goated at the top, we've got double D's second down, because we're all looking to get those double Ds. We've got good in the middle, it's just good. We've got A cup, no disrespect to, you know, anybody out there that is an A cup, but, you know, just factually, an A cup is smaller than a double D, and the whole aim is to get bigger pecs, bigger chest, and to look like Arnold.
Looks tremendous, huh? Huge.
So, and the bottom, of course, we've got pointless. So, in no particular order, we are going to start with incline Smith. So, incline Smith, I would definitely say over the last couple of years, this has gained a bit of popularity. In my gym, I've seen a lot more people doing it. I think you could overload, you can go quite heavy. I think, you know, it's more stable than an incline bench press. That's why I prefer it. The incline bench, I get it off and I feel like I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm a bit wobbly. So, and obviously over the last couple of years as well, I would say that people are starting to prioritize the upper pecs now because they realize that gives them that fuller, better look. So I'm going to put the incline Smith in double Ds. So we're off to a good start. Next up, we've got what looks like a pullover. I'm not going to lie, I never do these on chest day. I don't think I've ever done them on chest day, not since I was like 14. I don't see anybody doing them anymore. However, let's play devil's advocate. You go back, you look at old school training videos, and you know, you see a lot of the guys doing them, but are they doing it for chest? Are they doing it for back? I don't know. Is it better for chest? Is it better for back? I'm going to put these in A cup. Definitely not a pointless exercise. Definitely not a pointless exercise, but I think, you know, you've just got to know how to do it correctly in order to feel it. You know, and I think for the majority of people, it's not a very effective exercise. Next up, dips. Same again for this one for me. Chest dips, tricep dips. I prefer them as a tricep exercise, and I normally use the machine rather than doing them body weight, only because I find body weight just hurts my shoulder. So that's maybe I'm a bit biased because, like I said, I don't particularly do these. You know, it's not great for my shoulder. So I think they're a bit better than pullovers, but I'm still going to put it in the A cut category. I know that is a controversial one. I know a lot of people would disagree with me on that. You guys are going to hate me for that one. I would bet that's higher on most people's lists. Next up, and this is one I'm completely biased about because I love all the main compounds, is the bench press. So I don't need to give much of an explanation. This one is going in goated. But I will break it down a little bit. So the argument's sake to put it lower, I get it. I've seen multiple pec tears, whether that's online, whether that's in person. Lat tears on this. Shoulders go. People drop it on themselves. If you haven't got a spotter, it's not the safest of exercises unless you've got like the spotter pads here. But, bro, I mean, how much do you bench? That's just probably the most popular bodybuilding term ever.
Wait, you forgot this box. How much do you bench?
And obviously you can overload a lot on bench press. You know, the progression system is very, very satisfying. So for that reason, it's going in goated, despite its obvious flaws. You know, it's still going in goated. I don't care. Next up, incline bench press. I'm laughing because, like I said, I don't do this one. So as much as I've just advocated for flat bench press. You know, we've got incline bench press here. I don't do these because it just feels very unstable. In my gym personally, we don't have an incline setup. We just have to do it out the rack, which is just horrendous. But I'm going to be a bit nicer on this one. I understand I'm not the biggest fan, but I know that I can see the benefits of the exercise. So I'm going to put it in double Ds. Next up, we got the flat Smith. I don't think the flat Smith is anywhere as effective as the incline Smith. The reason being is obviously when you're like doing a flat press, normally in terms of like directions wise, or in terms of like the movement path, you're generally trying to bring it to the bottom of your chest, and then as you push, the bar should move slightly more towards your upper chest, because obviously the closer the bar is to your levers, the easier it's going to be to push. The problem with the flat Smith is if you don't set it up correctly, you know, and I see it all the time in my gym, especially like these younger lads coming in, is they set the bench too far back, so when they push, it's almost turning it into like a tricep press, and it's also putting their shoulders under a lot of internal rotation, so it's putting them under quite a lot of strain. So I don't think the flat Smith is anywhere near as effective as the incline, so I'm going to put it in good. I think for some people it can be a good exercise, say if you haven't got the stability of a bench press, say if you know you're not particularly interested in your compound lifts and you're not interested in trying to get stronger at them specifically, and you just want a good chest pump.
The greatest feeling you can get in a gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in the gym, is the pump.
And I'll put it in good. Decline bench press. Now, I remember when I first started training, I used to love the decline chest press. Just like probably all school kids love the decline chest press. Why? Because you can go mega heavy with this. You can go, I would say you could probably go 10 kilo more than you can on your flat bench press. If not, maybe more. You know, you're obviously angled differently, so that when you push, you're kind of at an optimal point to get that weight back. However, same as I said in the last one, I haven't got a decline bench press setup, so there's not really anywhere for us to do these. But if you did have a decline press setup, then you know it's not a bad exercise. Like I said, you can overload. Obviously, you're shifting the emphasis as well onto the area of your chest you're trying to work. None of the other exercises on the list so far have you know, worked that bottom part of the chest, or at least tried to focus on it. So I'm going to put that in good also, along with the flat Smith. So we're about halfway here. We are 7 exercises deep. Just a reminder, give this tier list a go yourself. I'm going to put it on a public playlist, so that on a public thing, so that you guys can use this template yourself and rank them where you would put them. So if you rank yours, take a screenshot and make sure you put it in the comments below. Right, next up we have cable chest flies. Going straight in goated. There's no better feeling than this. There's no better feeling. I mean, you just feel like Wolverine, you feel like Spider-Man when he's holding the train's back. You just feel like the boy. You feel like him. So that's why chest flies are going in goated. Realistically with these, like I said, the goated ones kind of have some setbacks. But don't all your favourite goated celebrities, you know, Mike Tyson, John Jones, I mean Ali, you can have exceptions, but you know, all these top goats in their sport, Tiger Woods, you know, they've all got controversies. They've all got things that, you know, we just brush over because they're so iconic. And chest flies are the same. I see so many young lads in the gym doing the cable chest flies. They go way too heavy. They're swinging the weight. Their shoulders are all over the place. You know, they're leaning too far forward. They're not putting the emphasis on the right areas. But that being said, chest flies are just so good. You get a full stretch. You get a full contraction. You can even cross your arms over for a little bit more of a contraction. Not that you need it. These are just an awesome exercise. These feel so good. And yeah, if you've got a good cable stack and you can obviously adjust the level, then these are great. You can do your whole chest on just doing different variations of this exercise. Next variation we have here is another chest fly, but it's the bench version. So you'll lay on a bench and you'll pull in from the bottom and you're coming up. So personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this exercise. However, I know a lot of people who are, and a lot of people who get on really well with this. I'm just really weak on this for some reason. I don't know why. You're obviously going to be weaker on this than you are standing chest flies because you haven't got as much momentum and you are at more of a compromised angle. So you're not going to get as much weight. But I'm still going to put these in double Ds. Not near as iconic as the regular cable crossover, but still a very good exercise. You can get a good stretch. You can get a good contraction. So, right, next. So this is the variation I actually prefer. So this is like the seated chest fly. Sorry we've got so many chest fly variations in here. I just thought, you know, they were worth commenting on. So yeah, this is the seated version. I like this. I think it's just as good stable version as the standing one. I'm not going to put it in goated. I'm going to put it on the same level as the lying down one because I think that's only fair. I prefer it, but I think it's just as beneficial as the other variation. Press ups, right? Like I said, great bodyweight exercise. You see dudes in prison that do these and they are jacked. Kind of defeats the object of, like, you know, all that argument that people say of like you're always having to add weight in order to add size. But I will say that is a bit of an argument. You know, you want to be able to overload. You want a decent progression system as well. The problem with push-ups is there's not much of a progression system. So yeah, you can do it with weight on your back. Yeah, you can do it at a decline. But you know, you're limited there. But I would also say is these are great because you can do them anywhere. So you don't need a gym, you don't need equipment. So for that reason, I'm going to put these in double Ds also. I can understand why you would put it in goated though, and also why you would put it in good. I can see that. Next up is the dumbbell chest fly. I love these, and I'm just gonna go off what I like for this one. And you see, you know, all I envision when I think of these is just Arnold doing those heavy, flat chest flies with the dumbbells. He's going like ass to grass, but with the dumbbells. Like he's going as far down as he can. He's getting that insane stretch. I like these. I know the argument is that obviously it's not constant tension throughout the whole movement. It's not optimal, but I think these are awesome. I'm going to put these in goated. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going to keep it there. So I do understand as well for some people, you know, they could get a bit of shoulder pain from this, from going too low. So just come to where that you feel most comfortable. That's what I say to people. Come as low as you can comfortably. But obviously, you know, if you can't come right the way down, then that's fine. Incline variation, I'm going to put in double Ds. Great also. You just can't come as low. It's a little bit more in the shoulder area. So then we've got a flat machine press. Flat machine presses are great, especially if it's got like a foot lever or it's got a position that you can take it from more forward, so it's not putting your shoulders in a compromised position. You can overload these as long as obviously you've got you know, enough of a weight stack, or if the pins are long enough to put enough plates on. So maybe that's the only limiting factor, is if it's a pin loaded and you haven't got a gym pin, or you're not allowed a gym pin in your gym, and the weight stack isn't heavy enough. and say it hasn't got a very good conversion either. That's not always great. So I'm going to put these in double Ds. At my gym now, we've got the Gym Leco chest press. That's amazing. So for that one in particular, I would put that in goated. It's got great conversion. You've got the foot lever to bring it forward. Just an awesome, awesome machine. So that one would be goated, but your gym might have like, I don't know. I'm not going to shit on any brands here, but your gym might not have a very good one, and therefore, you know, you're a bit limited. Same with the incline machine press. That is also a very good exercise. I feel like I'm being too nice here. We've got like loads in double Ds. Maybe we need some goods. But I don't know if we're going to get there. And we've had no pointlesses yet either, which is great. So the next exercise is flat dumbbell press. This one's going straight into goated. Just a great, great exercise. You got all the benefits that you have from a flat bench press, really. But a lot of people would argue that flat dumbbell is better because you can actually get a full contraction and you can fully converge in. I mean, the only limiting factor with these is maybe obviously getting them to your chest position, but you can always just have somebody hand you the dumbbells if, you know, you need, or, you know, obviously a spotter just to give you a bit of a boost up. So whilst bench actually can be quite hard for some people to spot because they have to reach right over in order to grab the bar, and some people just aren't very good at it. So, but flat dumbbells, pretty easy to spot. And also the great benefit, opposed to bench, is obviously if you fail, you can just drop it down. Right, we're almost there. We have 2 more exercises left. Incline dumbbells. I'm also going to put that in goated. Maybe I'm being too nice. You guys tell me in the comments. I'm definitely being too nice. There shouldn't be 5 exercises in goated, really. There's a lot, you know, maybe I should have put, I don't know, incline bench press in good, or maybe the seated cable. I don't know. But yeah, incline press, dumbbell press, same as the flat press, just different area that we're focusing on. Feels really good. You can get a good conversion. Only limiting, maybe you can't go as heavy as a flat, but I wouldn't put that as a negative. So, and finally, we have the pinch press.
Gay!
That is going in pointless. Who does these anymore, man? And if anybody's doing these, like, it's right at the end of your workout, you can only go light because, well, plates only go up to 20 kilo anyway in most gyms. It's awkward on your hands. You're not really getting any stretch at the bottom, so you're getting, you know, you're getting no lengthening at the bottom. You're getting a decent contraction, peak contraction at the top, but yeah, just not a great exercise. So yeah, that is my list, you guys. That is my list of the chest exercises. My favourite chest exercises are the flat bench press, the cable crossover, the flat dumbbell fly. I know that one's going to be a controversial one for a lot of people. The flat dumbbell press and the incline dumbbell press. Yeah, not much love for the dips or the pullovers. I know a lot of you are going to prefer those. You're going to have those higher up on your list. So yeah, like I said, have a friendly debate down in the comments. Use this template. I'm going to put the link down below. Use this template. Take a screenshot of where you would have your list, or just comment and put it in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.